to Auntie Blanche's dinner party. I realised that I actually didn't really introduce myself. I live in New South Wales, Australia, with my husband, and I have 3 boys, age 14, 12 and 12. We've got 1 dog, 1 cat, 7 fish and 8 chickens. We love our animals. Auntie Blanche her name is Blanche. She was born in 1916. She grew up in Victoria, Australia. She's now living in Tasmania, and she is the person that I have the recipes from. Here is the recipe that we're going to be making today. It's called Bran and Apricot cookies. Auntie's writing is a bit hard to read, so I will type the recipe out in the description box below. So if you're interested in making it, then you don't have to watch back over the video and make your own notes or anything. It'll just all be written down in the bottom. So I'm just about to get all of the ingredients organised and we'll get started. The ingredients we need for these cookies is 1 cup of all bran. I've used Just Bran, which is the Aldi version of all bran. It's the same thing. 1 cup of self-raising flour. 1 cup of coconut. I've got desiccated, but I'm sure you could use shredded and it would be just fine. 1/2 cup of brown sugar. It says firmly packed, which is why it's got that lovely shape still. 1/2 cup of chopped dried apricots. 125 grams of melted butter. And 1 egg, which will be lightly beaten. We will need to pop the oven on to warm. So it is 200 degrees Celsius, which is 390 degrees Fahrenheit. And I've also just put some grease-proof paper on, or baking paper, on some oven trays that we'll cook our cookies on. So in our bowl here, we need to combine 1 cup of all bran, the self-raising flour, coconut, the sugar, and the apricots. Give that a mix. Ooh, sounds a bit crunchy. And then we're going to add in the egg. Just lightly beaten. And the melted butter. I just melted it in the microwave, which is why I've got plastic wrap on it. And we'll give that a mix. I very nearly would not have been able to say that no children were harmed in the making of this video because they nearly ate all of my apricots. Auntie says to place heaped tablespoons onto a grease tray. Well, I've got the grease-proof paper. I'm going to use my hands for this. They are clean, but it's just a little bit easier to make them look a bit prettier. If you can see that. Okay. I won't make you watch me do the whole tray, or the whole 2 trays. So we'll be back when that's done. So I've put the cookies all on the trays. I've just kind of squished them down a little bit, just so they're not like a round ball. Now I ended up having to use 3 trays. There's 22 cookies all up. I didn't want to squish those 4 onto these trays because I haven't made these before, so I don't know how much they will spread. We'll soon find out together. So I'm about to pop these into the oven, which again is 200 degrees Celsius or 390 degrees Fahrenheit, and we'll have a look at the end result. And I forgot to say, they go in for 10 minutes. The cookies are now done and I'm just going to get them out of the oven. So they smell delicious. They smell really good. And they look good. They didn't spread at all, so I could have squished those other biscuits on there. I've already cooked one tray. I had a little tiny taste test. I don't eat sweet stuff. So it's hard for me to be a bit of an impartial judge because I don't have a sweet tooth. I got the kids to taste them. They said they were really nice, really flavoursome. They just said they were a little bit dry. So I think next time I make them, I would put in, because I'll make them again, they're really nice and actually quite healthy. I would put in probably 150 grams of melted butter rather than 125 and just give it a little bit more moisture because I think the all bran probably soaks up some of the moisture and along with the coconut and the flour. But they're really, really nice. I'm not sure how long they would keep for, but I mean, in this house, I would be very surprised if they lasted more than a day because I have three nearly teenage boys, one teenager, two nearly, and a husband who loves baked stuff, so they're not going to last long here. But they're good. The little bit of apricot in there gives it's quite chewy and it's really nice. The actual cookie is quite crunchy, but they have turned out really, really nicely. And it's hot. I'm gonna have to let it go. I hope that focused. Can't really tell. But they are really yummy. So another good one. Thanks, Auntie.